Kol Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied in Rule World for the hopeful 144 and 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan, and this will be titled, Here Comes Nero. Okay? Nero. We believe in reincarnation. It's in the scriptures, okay? You're reincarnated through your third to your fourth generation, through your father's seed, okay? And you also stand in the same lot that you stood in. So I'm gonna give you a little briefing on Nero, real quick. Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanius was a Roman emperor and the final emperor of the Julius Claudian dynasty, reigning from AD 54 to AD 68. Okay, now I'm gonna skate down here. Okay, he became known for his personal debaucheries, okay, and extravagance. All right, his luxury, and on doubtfulness evidence, so lack of evidence for his burning of Rome and persecution of the Christians. Okay, and Adawan Ratazai will get back into that a little bit later. Okay, but for right now, here's your Nero. That's him in reincarnation. Okay, and he is sent here to put the end to be the last ruler of this place, or, if we be wrong, the Simpsons had predicted him to be dead, but he is part of this, the downfall of this last kingdom. Okay. Now, before we go forward, Apostle Tahar has deemed this the year of Jacob's hopeful salvation, which means the return of Yahweh Shai and the host, the army of angels, okay, led by Yahweh Shai. Also, the demise of Edom. So I like to start off by getting that. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. And this is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, saying that, hey, I am the architect of this place. I gave out the blueprint to Yahweh Shai and the 144,000 angels, and they did the work, but I did the planning and the thought, and it's by my will. Okay. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Okay. What should be the separation of this kingdom and that kingdom? Okay, because that's what the times is, a eon, an era, a kingdom. Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow? Okay. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So in the book of Genesis 25, you will read that Rebecca was in pain, and she went to ask the Lord to inquire the Lord of this pain. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai said there are two different manner of man, and they was born in her belly, two different nations. They was born in her belly. Okay, so when Esau came out first, Jacob held his heel. Okay, and him holding the heel means that you have the power hold right now. You have this kingdom. It belongs to you, but I have next. Okay, so here it goes. Verse 9. 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, the end of the planet, the end of the whole world. No, the world, the planet will survive. It's the end of this wicked kingdom, the rulership that we currently yet live in. Okay. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, not Moab. Okay. Not another sect of Edom, not another tribe of Edom like you, Russia. Not Ham, not Japheth, okay? Not Ishmael, Jacob, who the world does not see coming at all because we're not set in a position to even threaten without the help in the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, we got next, all right? That's a promise. Now, once again, this is Here Comes Nero, all right? So before we start this off, I want to bring up this Matthews 13 and 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Why? Because he's given us the understanding, the wisdom, the hopeful election, those teachers, the prophets, to see that these things are come to life. The Wadi Shah, we are living in this current time. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see these things which ye see. All of the prophets that we read from in the scriptures, John the Revelator, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Matthew, Daniel, you name it. All of these righteous men have desired to live in this time, but they had to prophesize before and come back to their lot to be here today. And we're amongst those men if you're righteously dividing these scriptures, okay? Even Yahweh Shai sits on the throne not knowing the second that his father is going to point to him and say, go. Okay, so he even desires this moment to come. Yahweh Shai himself who is speaking. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see these things which ye see. All right, what do we see? We see the oncoming of the pestilence. We see the downfall of Edom. We see his kingdom shattering. We see the coming of the MOTB. We see the coming of the War III already set off, already in motion. Okay, we see all the plagues being sent. All right, and have not seen them. And to hear these things which ye hear and have not heard them. So let's get it going. Fair use, copyright, fair use 107. I'm not selling a product. This is strictly for educational purposes. I pray that the body is edified. Shalom.
So Trump delivered a press conference the other day at Mar-a-Lago, and this was insane even by Trump standards. So we're going to go through a couple of the more noteworthy moments. Let's start with the most noteworthy moment. Here he is talking about how he wants Greenland to become part of the United States, and he also wants the Panama Canal to become part of the United States. By the way, an issue that wasn't even close to discussed during the campaign. Trump said nothing about Greenland. He said nothing about the Panama Canal when he was running for president. This wasn't an issue. Nobody was thinking about it. Nobody was talking about it. Now, all of a sudden, after the election, he's obsessed with this. He's also obsessed with Canada. He keeps saying Canada should be the 51st state, right? Now, some people might look at this and say, well, I think he's kidding. I think he's trolling. That would have been an understandable thing to believe the first time he said it, but now he's like 7 times deep. So if it's trolling, it's the weirdest trolling I've ever seen because he's saying it with his full chest like he totally believes it. So here we go. Listen carefully to what they say here. This is wild.
Thank you. Wanted to touch on the world on fire that you mentioned, but let's start, if we could, with your references to Greenland and the Panama Canal, so forth. Can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
And can you tell us a little bit about what your plan is? Are you going to negotiate a new treaty? Are you going to ask the Canadians to hold a vote? What is the strategy?
Yeah, I can't assure you. You're talking about Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two.
He said, can you assure me you won't use military or economic coercion to try to make Greenland part of the U.S. and Panama part of the U.S. and Canada part of the U.S.? And he says, no, I can't promise that. Meaning, maybe we will use military coercion. Maybe we will use economic coercion to go after Greenland and the Panama Canal and Canada. Oh my God, bro.
But I can say this, we need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that now. It might be.
He was asked again about the military. He says, I'm not going to commit to not using the military. Oh my God.
You'll have to do something. Look, the Panama Canal is vital to our country. It's being operated by China.
That's totally made up. It's completely not true. Does China have business there?
Okay, let me pause it right there. Hey, this is the book of Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are exchanged from the womb, from birth, from the womb. Once again, Esau, two different manner of men, okay, from the womb, two different nations. They go astray as soon as they be born. They go the opposite directions, doing what? Speaking lies. Speaking lies, okay? Donald Trump is a snake's oilman. All right, be way before politicians, what, an actor, a seller of everything that went wrong ever. Okay, everything he ever touched. Okay, but yet you put your faith in him. All right, once again, the wicked are exchanged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You think he's any different? Okay.
Yes. Is the Chinese government in control of the canal? No. It's literally like private companies of China that are there among other people from other countries. Like this is just, it's like Cold War level fear-mongering, the way that they used to fear-monger about the Soviet Union. It's doing that about China now.
And we gave the Panama Canal to Panama. We didn't give it to China. And they've abused it. They've abused that gift. It should have never been made, by the way. Giving the Panama Canal is why Jimmy Carter lost the election, in my opinion.
That's completely made up.
More so, maybe, than the hostages.
Oh, my God. Where was this on the campaign trail? Weird. You didn't put front and center that you're willing to maybe go to war with Greenland and the Panama Canal, and Panama, the country of Panama, and Canada. You didn't say anything about this on the campaign trail. By the way, to all the people in MAGA who were so convinced that Trump was anti-war. Well, now we know there's high-level conversations going on right now about just how much we should invade Mexico and start war with Mexico over the drug cartels. High-level conversations about just how much we should do war with Iran. So we got hawkishness on Mexico, on Iran, on Greenland, on the Panama Canal, and on Canada. Are all of you going to...
Okay. Which leads me to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set upon my watchtower. And what did Yahweh Shai say? Blessed are you to see these things and hear these things which you see and witness. Okay. All right. And that's to the prophets, to the seers. OK, I will stand upon my watch and set upon my tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh Shai answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, for he may run that readeth it. Okay. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, and we're in this time. We see the evidence of it. Okay. Yahweh Shai has made it clear to the seers, to the prophets, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, though you think that it is procrastinating, like they used to say, oh, that's 50 years away. They used to say that back in the 80s. Well, maybe we're here now. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And Yahweh Shai has told us, for the sake of the election, the time had been sped up. Okay, because if it was not for that, then all flesh will be destroyed. All flesh will die. Okay, but for the sake of the elect, time has been set up, sped up, sped up. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Okay, he's, once again, we read that. Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked go estranged from the womb. Okay, so I'm gonna read this again. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Okay, Ye also, because he transgressed by wine, by his wicked rules, by his wicked philosophies, his draconian measures. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Now, did you just hear the guy go down through the list? Did the laundry list of all the things that this Nero, Donald Trump, wants to come put his hands on once he gets back into control of the office? Okay. Neither keepeth at home. All right. And you can even go as far as saying Russia in the Ukraine thing, even though I'm one to say that Ukraine was a part of Russia, that the same people, but still it looks the same. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell. So once again, hell being the condition that we live in and we suffer in, not an actual place that burns for eternity, okay? Underneath the ground. All right. And is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all the nations. What do they call United States of America? The melting pot. Have you not seen the picture of Trump trying to post United States of America with Canada already connected with the flag over it? Okay. All nations, and heapeth unto himself all people. Okay. And once again, what is this known as? The melting pot. Okay. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe, destruction, chaos to him that increaseth that which is not his. Once again, do you hear the plans that this man has planned? Wait, I just did the video sending that boy off to die, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. Okay. And you of all age, they gonna, hey, once the shit hits the fan, the draft is going out to way more than the younger children. Okay. How long? And to him that laddeth himself with thick clay. And what's that thick clay? That goes into debt. What is United States of America's debt? Over 30 trillion, 34 maybe. I believe they claim that they played one off. What's 1 trillion to 30s? Okay. And these nations are standing there with their hands open, wanting what's theirs. That's why you have Brax to do away with the dollar. It's already done away with. The fiat is dead. Okay. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be as boobies, as a footmat unto them. Okay. Now it's your time to lay it down, because thou hast spoiled many nations, which he's planning to continue to do. Okay. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe, destruction, chaos to him that covereth an evil coverness to his house. Okay. And that's what Edom has done throughout the world. All right. Took in that which not belong to him. Remember all the jewels and stuff a couple years ago that Britain had with the queen and them? They said, well, we would return all of these valuables to these nations, but we don't know where they belong. So we don't know if they can take care of their own stuff. Okay, this is true story. That he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. And that's exactly what he thinks he's going to do. He thinks he's going to go into the clefts of the mountains, hide in these bunkers. Okay. He thinks he's going to go up into the upper heavens, which is up into the lower heavens, which is our atmosphere, because he can't go past the Van Halen belts. So let's get that. Obadiah 1:4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, the mascot of United States of America, the mascot of Babylon, the mascot of Romans, this is followed them everywhere they go. It's their people, it's their identity. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagles, and once again, Edom is worldwide, but once again, spiritual Babylon is the headquarter base. Okay. And though thou setteth thy nest amongst the stars, and hey, all of Edom has done that. Once again, the Russians, they got Sputnik, they up there too. They they sharing the same space capsules and stuff. They had that movie where they started going at each other up in the space stations when they seen the ICBMs blowing up. I think that was about 2 years ago. Okay, or maybe just a year ago. Okay, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou setteth thou set thy nest amongst the stars, your satellites, your space stations that they got up there, once again in the lower atmosphere. That's why I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? All right, this is a promise.
Come out and get on your knees and admit that you were fucking wrong, that you were completely and utterly and disgustingly wrong? They're not going to do it. Nobody's going to do it. In fact, what did I tell you? You know how MAGA will react when something like this happens? They flip on a dime and they'll pretend like they never were anti-war, right? In fact, Jack Posobiec, one of the biggest cheerleaders for MAGA, so he does this. He tweets, "I had to do it." Ready? Watch this. This is what he's celebrating. You ready?
Greenland and the Panama Canal, so forth. Can you assure the world that as you try to get control,
gave Trump the Chad face here,
of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
Gives him the laser eyes. They go, "Oh, cool guy, bro."
See, that's the pride oozing out of Edom. Once again, so as the kings, there goes the people. So I mean, hey, they're all alike, okay?
Trump's a cool guy, bro. Trump's a badass, bro. Bro, he just said maybe we do go to war with Greenland. Maybe we do go to war with Panama. Maybe we do steal those territories. Maybe we do take Canada. Hey, maybe we have to use coercion, economic or military. Bro, he's warmongering with these countries. Isn't that so base, bro? Based Chad Donald Trump warmongering. But by the way, what happened to America first? I thought we are struggling to take care of everything within our own borders as they're currently constituted. Los Angeles is completely on fucking fire right now and burning down. And you want to bring in Greenland? You want to add to the country when we just had a spike of 18% in homelessness in this country last year, and that's a conservative figure. 770,000 homeless people. We haven't put a roof over everybody's head. We have homeless veterans in this country. And you're trying to expand? Guys, understand. This is just imperialism. Like, you have to call it what it is. This is just imperialism. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Trump's an imperialist. So he skipped right over, "Oh, I'm anti-war and Kamala's a warmonger."
Okay, hold on. Here's the book of Ezekiel 35 and verse 6. "Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah, Allah power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith, since thou hast not hated blood ever, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate." Okay? Mount Seir, a people before a place, Edom's people, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. Okay? "And I will fill the mountains with the slain men in the hills and in the valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall at they." Salakia 8, Ezekiel 35 and 8. "And I will fill the mountains with the slain men in thy hills and in the valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetually desolation. I will make thee perpetually desolation, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai." Okay?
And Liz Cheney's a warmonger. The second he wins the election, all of a sudden it's, forget just being pro-war, forget just being a neocon. I'm an old school imperialist. We don't even need some sort of a rationalization or justification about being on a civilizing mission, which usually is what happens. What empires do is they lie to themselves internally about being on some sort of civilizing mission and saving people in lands that they conquer. They're not even bothering with that. It's just like, gimme, gimme, gimme. Why? Because I want it. That's why. He's a child. He's a toddler. He has the brain of a baby. He reminds me of, for those of you who haven't seen Back to the Future 2, watch it. There's the character Biff in Back to the Future 2. That's who Trump is. He's Biff from Back to the Future 2. Completely greedy, completely selfish, completely narcissistic, cares about nobody else but himself, and trying to create a legacy come hell or high water in a way that he somehow wants. All right, so Trump delivered.
So you see, this man is pooped up. His head is swollen. He sets himself up to be his own God. Okay, it's not just Trump, but once again, Trump is Nero. He's back playing he's back in his lot. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 6. How art thou things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has given the wisdom, the understanding, has given us the tools to take advantage of. Once again, this internet won't be here much longer. Not accessible to the way that we have it now because of the famine of the word and because the enemy, the elites know that there's just too much information at the disposal of your fingertips. Okay, if you just stop TikToking cat videos and breakdancing and start seeking the wisdom, it's there. And that's why they want it removed. Okay, so the things are being sought up at the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All the men of Confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. Okay, and once again, NATO. All right, the men that were at peace with thee, and I've been saying this. Watch out for Canada. Look, Russia took the nuke heads off of those ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles. They unmounted the nuke heads, put on dumbed down warheads, shot 6 of them off into Ukraine, unmatched, untouchable, unguardable. You don't think that it could be in the Lord's plan for Canada to shoot some of them over here just to get the party started? Once again, all right, we're gonna out of one righteous. I will get to that though. All right. All the men, once again, this is Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of Confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Okay, there enough of your bullshit and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Okay, and that's who's they that eat thy bread? Starting with the little hatters. Okay, and now Ukraine eating our bread. All right, it's absorbing all of our tax money. There is none understanding in him. Okay. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? That wise men out of Edom, that's their counsel. And the understanding out the mount of Esau. What's the mount of Esau? The government. Not just United States of America, all of their governments worldwide. I will destroy their understanding, their reasoning. Okay? And the mighty man Otiman, that's your scientists, mainly going back into your Germans, okay? Back in the 50s. All right, and being separated amongst all of their people, so they can incline their war machines or whatnot, their education on that technology, that nuclear atomic technology. Okay, and the mighty man Otiman shall be dismayed to the ends that every one of the mount, once again, the government, the establishment of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Okay, that's a promise from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, all right?
And this sort of action, by the way, makes it way more likely other countries will start abandoning the US dollar, moving towards BRICS, because there's stability with China. There's predictability with China. With the US, you have a fucking moron, insane person who could wake up on any given day and say, we're going to take over our neighbor. Who wants to work with them? Who wants to, hold hands and sing Kumbaya and pretend like everything's cool when this is how unstable the president is on our side? I never want to hear another fucking word from anybody ever about how, Trump's anti-war, Trump's anti-war. This is the most pro-war shit I've ever seen in my life. It is insane. Not even George W. Bush and Dick Cheney, the neocons, they wouldn't even talk about, let's steal Greenland from Denmark. Let's steal the Panama Canal. Let's bully Canada repeatedly and joke about them becoming the 51st state. Let's not rule out military action. There's no part of this that's helping the American people. None. All right, now, by the way, let's finish with this on this topic. So in this Trump press conference, of course, you heard him consider military force to take Greenland and Panama. He also said he'd use economic force to get Canada to become the 51st state. That's great. So, in other words, let's not sanction Israel, who's committing a genocide right in front of our eyes, bombing babies and starving babies on a regular basis. Don't sanction them, but sanction our neighbor Canada, who did nothing wrong. I'm telling you, mosquito IQ. Then we get this, ready? Trump suggests Hezbollah were involved in the January 6th insurrection. What do you even say to this one? What? Hezbollah was involved in January 6th? What kind of weird cope right-wing brainworms is this? And then, finally, I'm sure all you heard this. Trump wants to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Because, he's laser focused on those issues that'll help your life. He's trying to lower rent. He's trying to lower healthcare costs. He's trying to lower the price of eggs. He's really focused on those kitchen table issues.
So once again, before we end this, okay, no, let it go.
Like renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. This guy has a baby brain. And anybody who goes along with it, you're just outing yourself as not being bright. It's time for everybody to tell the truth about what's happening in front of our eyes. That this guy's completely and utterly unhinged, and he should be nowhere near any position of power. He shouldn't be a manager at an Arby's, never mind the President of the United States of America.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe.
Okay, so he made some valid points. And I wanted to get this. This is on airplane mode, so I'm not able to Google this. So this is all I have to go along with this Nero, okay? Contemporary sources describe him as tyrannical, okay? Self-indulgent and debauched. The historian Tatius claims the Roman people taught him compulsive and corrupt. Okay? Suetonius tells that many Romans believe the Great Fire of Rome was incited by Nero to clean land for his planned golden house. Now, come on, y'all. Who does that today? The golden house, the golden tubs, the golden bathrooms, Mar-a-Lago. Do your research, okay? Tatius claims Nero seized Christians, believers in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua HaMashiach, as scapegoats for the fire and had them burnt alive, seamlessly motivated not by public justice, but by personal cruelty. Okay? And he's returned. And guess what? You so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, you speckled birds, you still put your trust in this wicked man to this day. I mean, evidential. Okay? Now, we're going to go to the book of Revelations. Because once again, it's gonna start off, I believe, with the allies before Russia even get to put this Russia and their allies even get to start launching over here. It's already gonna be going down it's gonna implode first, meaning it's gonna be destroyed from within. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, that goes into NATO, okay? These shall hate the whore. Once again, is Canada not part of NATO? All right. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and shall burn her with fire. Okay. It's not a strong, it's not a strong, not too hard to concede that this may happen. You know, I said 2 years. I've been thinking that this is looking like Canada may pop it off, but I could be wrong. But one of these nations, all of these nations are going to be involved in her downfall, okay? And United States of America's downfall is written. All right, now, This is a little extra because he said that he wanted to turn the he wanted to deal with Mexico in such a way, which is what? You northern tribers, this is the book of Amos. To the port of America. Come on, man. One. And hey, how about Shmi Shai got these people going all out? Their pride is definitely poofed up all the way to the ceiling. The cup is full, okay? The cup of their indignation is full. 1 and 11. Thus saith Yahweh Shmi Shai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4. What's 3 and 4? 3 and 4 is 7. 7 in the Bible is a perfection number. So a perfection amount of transgressions. I will not turn away thy punishment thereof. Okay, you believe in Yahweh Shemi Shai, you believe in his scriptures, then you believe in this verse right here, verse 11. I will not turn away the punishment thereof. So that means all nations cannot be saved, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, the gift given to him, and Genesis 27. Okay, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetuously, and he kept his wrath forever. Okay, but I will send a fire upon Teman, once again one of the tribes of Edom, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. Basra is one of their capitals. Okay, so once again, there are people before a place. All right, so that means all of them have to be punished. All right, this is the book of Obadiah. One more time. Chapter 1 and verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, you speckled birds, okay? Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. The Wadi Shah. Once again, this has been named Here Comes Nero. All right? You wanted them, you got them. Shalom.